Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. For he who sows to his flesh will of the flesh reap corruption. But he who sows to the Spirit will of the Spirit reap everlasting life. And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season he shall reap if we do not lose heart.
Yeah.
Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially to those who are of the household of faith.
Yes.
We'll be starting a series called Christianity is a Verb, or Christian as a Verb.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's get into why. Our member here, Joel, likes to always ask me why. So why I chose this. So I'll answer that now. Okay. Why? Why? So often we see people that profess to be Christians, and even churches that profess to be houses of God, that are in fact doing nothing. They're not progressing forward. They're not moving. They're stagnant. They're standing still. So often we see people that are Christian in name, but in action they seem everything but. But they'll be the first person to tell you what you're doing wrong. They'll be the first person to tell you how you aren't being Christian. They'll be the first person to whip out their Bible and start talking to you and reading Bible verses. And then you're like, well, wait a minute. You know all of this about the Bible, but you aren't following it. You can tell me all about how my life isn't Christian, but I'm not noticing Christian in your life. See, so often we use Christianity as a noun. A name that we give ourselves. I am a Christian, and then now we have some type of name. I want to move us from the infancy of being Christian in name to the adulthood in being Christian in action, in deed. Thus moving us from the noun to what? The verb. From the noun to the verb. Meaning, not just saying that we're Christians, but actually being Christians. Now, I understand. You're going to say, but wait, Pastor, wait. I'm not saved by my works. I'm saved because of what Jesus did on the cross. So, I'm going to go to heaven either way. Because if I do something or I do nothing, I'm still going to make it to heaven, because not of how good I am, but how good Jesus is.
Yes.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that. There are some religions and there's some faiths that believe, and they claim to be Christian, and they believe that you have to do an X amount of good stuff to make it to heaven. And if you don't do this amount of good stuff, or these amount of good actions, you're not going to make it. So you're going to fall short. So that's why you see some Christians, or people that profess to be Christians, running around and doing all of this stuff. You know, they go door to door, they're handing out these little pamphlets. I mean, they're doing all this stuff in this frenzy, because to them, they've only got a short amount of time to do all of this good stuff. And if they don't do all of it, then they're not going to make it. That's not us. We believe in Jesus. We believe in the cross. And because of the goodness of Jesus, we make it to heaven. That's it. That's pretty much it. You do good. You do as good as you can. You sit on your couch and do nothing at all. You believe in Jesus, you make it to heaven. Because we believe not works, but what? faith.
Yeah.
By our faith, we are saved. Okay. But then I'm talking about Christianity as a verb. So if I'm not working for my salvation, what am I working for? What is the drive? What drives me to get off the couch and actually save somebody else? What drives me to get off the couch and actually feed the poor? Why not just get all the money for myself and make the poor sleep outside and whatever they're going to do and not care about them, and then have faith in my heart and go to heaven? So that is the question that we're going to answer today. We are going to walk kind of a long road. We'll probably be here for at least 3 or 4 Sundays. We will culminate. I'll tell you where we're going to end. Okay, so you can start looking at it and reading it. We're going to end in Matthew 28 and 18. All right, so I'll read to you where we're going to end, so that you have a kind of a picture of where we're beginning today and where we're ending. The end is actually called the Great Commission.
Yes.
19 says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things that I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even until the end of the age."
Yes.
But we're not ready yet. Not for that passage.
Right.
Because there's a lot of buildup in order to really get what Jesus is telling his disciples as his last words in John. So before we get to that, let's answer the question. Why should I help somebody else? Why should I? That's the question that we're asking today. Why should I help somebody else? I'll suggest to you that although your salvation after you die is not based on whether you help someone else, your life here on earth is. Okay. Meaning, while you're not going to be judged, heaven, hell, based on how many people you help. It's not a number like you need to help 50 people and then you make it, or you need to help 100 people. We're not going to be judged. We're going to be judged by our faith. Did you believe or did you not believe? Very simple equation. But our faith should be evidenced in the works that we do. Yeah. It's love that drives us to help other people. It's love. Okay, I'll give you an example. Is there a hell that's real?
Yes.
Yes. There is a hell. It is real. There will be people that will go there. Outright. There is a hell. It is real. And there are people that will die and go there. Our goal as a church and as an individual Christian is to try to prevent as many people as possible from going to hell. Yeah. I'm not saying that we're going to actually make people not go to hell. We can't do that. I can only make myself not go to hell. But I can present people with the opportunity to not go. If no one tells someone, then they don't have an opportunity to know. But once we tell them, look, there's a Jesus, now the responsibility is not on me, it's on who? Yeah. Them. There is a hell, it is real, some people are going to go. Christians and the church is here for one purpose, and that's to prevent people from what? Going to hell. That's the only reason why Christians are here. Now, let's say that this chapel is on fire. It's a burning fire. Rolling flames. I mean, the type of flames that is in like the movie Backdraft. You ever seen the movie Backdraft? You know how they had those huge flames that just rippling up. So let's say this whole chapel is on fire. And we make it out. So now we're standing on the outside and we're safe. The fire is behind us and we are standing on the outside, catching our breath and saying, thank the Lord that we made it what? Out. Then we see a child about to walk into the building because the child doesn't see the flames. The child doesn't know that the building is on fire. The child is just going to walk in because that's what the child always does. So now, the child is going to walk into the flame, and we are standing on the outside, and we know, because we just came from the burning building, that what? What would we do to stop the child from going into the burning building? You would tell him. You would try to prevent him. You would do everything possible. Now, if there was 100 children, some children are just going to push their way past you and just walk right into the building. And some children are going to stop and listen and turn around. Some children are going to need to be convinced. Some children are going to need to be played with. Some children just need a hug. But what lengths would you go to stop that child from going into the visibly burning building? They're firefighters. That's all their job is. They see a burning building and they run into the burning building from their safety into the burning building to do what? To save all. Do they care? Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, American, not American? No. They see a person and they do what? They go them and bring them out. We are like firefighters.
Yeah. Okay.
We as Christians are on the outside of the burning building. Now, by the way, I want to let you know, we only missed the burning building by an inch. Even me, all of us, everyone within the sound of my voice right now, we only missed the burning building by a couple of inches.
Yeah.
Someone reached their hand into the burning building and grabbed us and pulled us out. That's it.
Yeah.
If there was no hand to pull us out, we would still be, with all of our sanctified holiness, in the burning building. We're now on the outside. And we're watching people do what? Walk right into the burning building. Some people see the fire and are walking in. They see it and they love it. And they walk right into it knowing they're walking into a burning building. Okay. I mean, I can only tell you it's burning. You already know it's burning. Nothing I can do. But then there's a lot of ignorant people.
Yeah.
People that think they know, but they don't know. People that think they have the answer, but they don't have the answer. People that think, I've got it all figured out, but in fact their life is on fire. Now that we're on the outside, our job is to strengthen ourselves up so that we can walk right back into the fire. And then do what? Start pulling people out. Those that want to be pulled out. Now there's some people that the firefighters can't save.
Yeah.
They're hidden. They fight back. But there's other people, most people, the firefighter goes in and people are happy. Thank you for coming into, risking your life and coming into this burning building to get me. What would we do to stop someone from going to hell? A burning building is a place where it'll burn our physical body. Hell is eternal. It is fire forever. See, the church has gone away from hell lately. I haven't heard too many pastors preach hell. I haven't heard too many people actually talk about this thing, hell. Most people are trying to preach love and understanding and caring and all of this and that. But really, it's not a motivation of the fear of hell for myself that drives me. It's the motivation of the fear of hell for you that drives me. I'm not acting out of fear for me, because I know as a Christian I'm what? Saved. I'm acting out of fear for you, because I love you too much to let you burn in a fire forever. I love you too much to let that happen. I don't know you, but I love you too much to let that happen without at least me telling you there's an alternative, there's an opportunity to not have. Now you don't have to take it. Now I'm not forcing this on you. I'm not a used car salesman. If you say no, then it's a no, and you're more than welcome to walk into the burning building. But at least now you know that it's on fire.
Yeah.
At least now you know there's an alternative, which means you can stand out here with me. But if I never even gave you the option, if I never even told you that there was a chance, then how then can you say, how then can I say I did everything in my power when I'm standing in front of Jesus, you see, and he's saying, look at your life. Look at your life, First Lady. Look at your life, Keno. When Jesus is saying, look at your life, Reverend Gray, he's going to say, what did you do to stop people from going? But look at this. Let's get into the text now.
Yes.
Let's get into the text now. For he who reaps the flesh will reap corruption. And he who reaps the Spirit reaps everlasting life. For whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. Whatever a man sows is what he will reap. He's talking about, in this passage, the afterlife. Right? So it's obvious, it's very clear. He's saying what you do will affect your afterlife. Because how can you tell me you're a Christian in word and then do everything opposite of Christianity? I really want you to really look at this. I want you to question your own Christianity. I want you to listen to this to what I'm saying, and go home today and look at your life and tell me, does it look like what you think a Christian's life should be? Because I don't know your heart, see? I only know what you present me. And what you present me is as perfect as it can be. Because that's what I do to you. I try to present to you an outward appearance of perfection. Go on my Facebook page. You'll see no tears on that page. Right? No tears on Instagram. Right?
Yeah.
And when there is a tear, you quickly say, I was feeling bad yesterday, but the post is today when I'm feeling better. So now there's a happy face.
Yeah.
There's no tears on Facebook. Everything is cleaned up and perfect. So I don't know what your lives are really like. But God knows your heart.
Yeah.
And who else knows your heart? You know. If you really look at yourself, your heart. And you'll say, okay, is my life reflecting what I'm saying my life is? Does my life look like that of a Christian? Well, what does a Christian life look like?
Yeah.
Right here. For a man reaps whatever he sows. See, the problem or the difficulty then becomes, we like to do things and suffer no consequences because of them.
Mm. Yeah.
We like to do whatever we're doing and not be told no. Stop. Even as a child. Think of children. Children are the easiest examples, which is why I said a child going into a burning building. A child wants what he wants. And he has not the life experience to understand that I'm saying no because it's actually benefiting him.
Yeah.
So when I tell him or her no, he feels like I'm rejecting him and becomes angry.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to be told no. So we don't want to be punished when we do something wrong. We try to run around the punishment. Our minds play mental gymnastics to try to figure out how we were the victim. Remember, we were talking about that.
Yes.
How can I be the victim in this situation? Even though I'm the one victimizing everybody, how can I be the victim? But you will be the victim. That's what this passage is saying. Eventually, all that you put out into the world will come back to you. I'm not talking about out in when we die. I'm talking about right here. I'm talking about instant karma.
Yeah.
You can't say karma. That's a different religion. Come on, people. Karma is a fact. It's in the Bible. It's right here. I'm not saying that you're going to come back and come back and come back. What I'm saying is the negativity that you put out is a negativity that's going to come back. That's what it says right here. You reap it.
Yeah.
Whatever reaping goes to farming. So when you plant a seed in the ground, you plant a seed and you expect that tree to what? Grow. You plant a seed, it grows. You plant a wild seed, you get a wild plant.
Yeah.
You plant a happy seed, you get a happy plant.
Yeah.
You plant evil seeds,
Yeah.
you get evil plants.
Yeah.
All right. Let's put it a different way. Let's bring it back. I'm up here, and I hate to be up here, so let's bring it back down to ground level.
Mm-hmm.
When I was drinking, before I got married, when I was living the life, enjoying my youth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quote unquote, enjoying my youth. When I was drinking and clubbing, I was drinking and clubbing, and I always said, I want a good girlfriend. That's what I said. I want the best girlfriend. I want a good girlfriend that's going to love me, that's going to support me, that's going to do all those things to me, for me. But I was drinking, clubbing, doing all those stuff, and that's where I was trying to find a girl. See, I was trying to find her in areas where they don't. So when I would get a female that was doing me dirt, I would wonder, why is she doing that to me? But look at what I'm putting out. Look at what I'm putting out. See, I'm thinking I'm a good person, but look at the negativity that I'm putting out. And then when it comes back to me in the shape of a female that's really take in my pocket, constantly needy, wanting this, wanting that, and then before I know it, I was doing well, and now I'm having fights, I'm having arguments, she's busting out my car window. The point of the matter is, I'm trying to figure out why I'm going through all this hell right now. But then if you look at my life, no decent female would have wanted to walk into the chaos, which is Aaron at 21. all the chaos that was swirling around me constantly. The arguments and the fights and the every decent female would look at that and go, I don't have the time or the energy to invest into that type of situation. That's all negative.
Yeah.
So I was putting out negative and was expecting what? Positive. But when I put out negative, I'm going to attract to me what? Negative.
Yeah.
And they're going to come and leech on to me for what I can give them. How can I get a decent... There's people right now, they're saying, I want to get married, I want to get married, I want to get married, I want to get married. And they're having sex on the first date. You're not... Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your own sexual situation, because that's your life. You do what you want to do. But you have sex on the first date and you want to get married, I'll tell you right now, you're going to have a hard time. But why? I don't want to just tell you that and leave you with that and make you feel ashamed. I want you to understand why. You're going to attract to you people that want to have sex on the first date. You're only going to attract people that are with that. And those that are not with that, they're not going to be with you. So you want something that's long term, but you're not willing to put in the effort to get it. And you're not willing to sift through the weeds and the foul things to get to it. So you're planting seeds, and you're expecting a relationship out of those seeds, but you're planting seeds of sex on first date. You're not going to get a full relationship out of that seed. You're going to get a sex on first dates tree.
Yeah.
And when that tree no longer gives you sex on first date, that tree is going to die. You're going to go, well, I thought we had a relationship. You didn't have a relationship. The seed was messed up. I was talking to a friend of mine. I was like, he was, you know, believe it or not, men get abused. Now, I just want to tell you, domestic violence for men is a reality. It happens. And it happens, all right? Now, my friend was being abused. He was dating this woman. He loved this woman. And he was being abused. The man was being abused. He didn't pay a phone bill, and she started socking him, and she knocked the phone out of his hand, and she hit him with the phone. And the man was being abused. And he would call me on the phone like an abused person. And I'd be like, okay, what's going on now? He'd be like, oh, he's crying. Oh, she hit me. I don't know what she hit. And I'm like, why are you... You don't have a child with this woman. You're not married to this woman. Why don't you just leave? Because I love her.
Yeah.
So then there's a child.
Yeah. There you go.
And now there's a marriage because there's a child. So now you have a seed when they were dating of what? A loving, happy relationship? No, what was it when you were dating? It was abusive. Why would you think it would get better once you got married and had a child? You started the seed as an abuse. It grew up to a tree, but the tree, as it started, its root was rotten, and now you've got a rotten tree.
Sure.
There's some relationships you just can't have. Just the fact of it. Because the negativity that you put out has attracted somebody into your sphere that is going to feed on that negativity. And when it's time for you to stop that negativity and it's time for you to walk out of it, that person is either going to leave you or what? Draw you right back. Because you planted a seed here. And in order to be with me, we need to stay here.
Yeah.
We can't go to a happy place because we are here. So right now, he's still getting beat. I told him, don't call me no more about it. No. You're not going to leave. You've got these kids now, you're married. So I don't know what to tell you. You're going to leave? No, you're not going to leave. You love her, you love her, you love her. But I was telling you years ago
happens when you can't save somebody? I mean, what do you? It's like, do you feel guilty, or you just like you can't save them because you just can't? You feel like you just can't save them. What happens?
Great question. That is a great evangelism question. Excellent. You save no one. We're not in the saving business. I don't save anyone. You don't save anyone. Anyone here, everyone out there in the world. We have no ability to save anyone. Jesus saves. We present the option. Whether you take the option or not is up to you, which is why I don't put it on me to save. If you put it on yourself to save, you might find yourself sucked right on in, right? So you go out, you go into the burning building, and you must save everybody, which means you got to look in every single room. You got to, and while the building is falling, you're not going to make it out, because you've got to go through 100 floors, and you've got to save what? Everybody. You can't save everybody. We don't save people. Christians don't save people. We present the option of Christ. And we present it the best we can. And we present it with our lives. And we say, this is how I did it. This is how I made it over. And once I make it over, and once I'm strong enough to run back in the building. Now, firefighters, right, they got to take a test, right? If they don't pass the test and they're not strong enough to carry someone out, guess what? They're not a firefighter.
Okay.
Some buildings you're not strong enough to walk into. There's some buildings I'm not strong enough to walk into.
Okay.
So you can't walk into every building because you'll get trapped in there.
Okay.
So when you say, what happens if they don't want to be saved? You go, I presented you the option, and now it's your choice, and I just move on because I can't save you. I could never save you. It's not my job to save you. It's my job to walk into the burning building, present them with the option to leave. Okay, perfect example. Have you ever taken CPR? Okay, CPR? Okay. It was the first time I took CPR, it tripped me out. It freaked me out. The guy's choking. This is a law now. It's a law. The guy is choking, about to die, right? You have to walk over to him and ask him, right? Do you want help? You have to ask him. He's choking, right? He's about to, and you've got to ask him, do you want help? And the guy has the right to say no. Now, how did this happen, right? Why do you have to do this? It's a law now. It's a law. Because some guy didn't want help. Some guy helped him anyway. Accidentally broke his rib, but saved his life. You know, this man sued him for the broken rib because he said, I didn't want help. So now what you have to do is, if the guy says no, you have to stand there and wait for him to pass out, ask him again, and then do it because he didn't answer.
Yep, that's true.
Because people have the right to say what?
No.
No. You can't take that away from him. So even if he's choking and about to die, he still has the right to say no. So look, all I can do is tell you, don't go in there. The building is burning. Don't go in there. That building is on fire. I came from that building. It's a bad building. Don't go in there. If you push past me and you walk into the building, then hey, baby, I told you, I did my job, I can't do much more. Now, if you've been lifting weights, you've been lifting the Bible, you're getting strong spiritually, and you look at that fire and say, I'm ready to plunge in there, then plunge in there, and guess what? Ask again. Hey, you want to leave the burning building? And just like the choking guy, if he says what? No, then you go and walk away. Because even a choking guy has the right to choke and die. I mean, that's sad, but it's the fact. Questions?
You don't have to feel guilty about not helping people that you truly care about, because
But where's the guilt in it? You are helping them. I can't. When you are on a plane and the plane's going down and the oxygen masks fall, right? What do they say? The first thing you have to do is put on your own.
Yeah.
I have to put on my own mask before I put on your mask. I put on my mask, and then what do? If I can, I put on your mask. Now, if I put on your mask first, and I fail to put on your mask, now we both die because I didn't have oxygen and you didn't have oxygen. So what does that mean? Where is the guilt? I tried. You refused. That's it. What else? Where's my guilt? I gave you the best I could. Beyond that, you made a choice. You chose the burning building. I don't see the guilt in that. Now the guilt does come in though. If I'm like, I don't like you. I don't like you. In this burning building, I want you to walk in there. And I just stand there and I'm like, yeah. And now while you're burning, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, that's what you get. You deserve that. That's guilt. You see? Because I knew it was on fire and I didn't what? I didn't help you. That's where you should feel guilty. That's where you should be like, man, I wish I could have done more. Man, I felt like I could have probably given her that $20 that time. But whatever, I don't care. Let it be. But if I've been kicking you down $20, and now I'm just a mobile ATM, where's the guilt? There's no guilt now. I did all that I could, and now you're causing me to be in a burning building, watching the building fall on both of us.
I guess as human, you don't know, because sometimes there are times where like you find out stuff happened to people later, and you're like, dang, they did, or sometimes, or even if you see somebody on the street and you're like, dang, I do have that. That $5 I could give that person. You see people on the street at a grocery store or, whatever, they're asking for stuff. And it's like...
Yeah, and maybe you should feel guilty. And I'll tell you this. Guilt is a good barometer of what we are doing and not doing. So, I'm walking down the street, and let's say I just got a bonus check of $500. I'm feeling good. I got $500. And someone comes and says, hey man, I just ran out of gas. Now it could be a lie, it could not be a lie. I mean, what does it matter? Bless you. And the guy's like, man, I need $20. Could you just give me, I just need $20. And I'm like, nope, you're gonna use it for crack, and keep walking. Then I feel guilty, like, dang, I did just get $500. I could have given him $20. Yeah, you should feel guilty about that. I mean, what? We should not feel guilt at all? Yeah, guilt is a very valid emotion. There's some things we should feel guilty about. Just like shame. People are like, don't shame. No, shame is good. Sometimes we should be ashamed. If I get drunk and get naked and run around this chapel getting drunk and naked, and then I'm like, don't shame me. No, I should feel shame. I should feel shame. Like, you should feel shame about that. You should be like, dang, I don't want to do that ever again. Yeah, hold your head down. Feel shame. You should feel shame. So yeah, you feel guilty because probably you could have done something. Now, if you gave him $20 and he was like, $20? I needed 40.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Then you're like, oh man, come on now.
I mean, I give people money and then they're like, well, or food. And I'm like, no, well, I didn't want, or, one person was like, well, can I need more than that. It's like,
yeah, this happened to me. This happened to me many times. Or I gave somebody a hamburger and they're like, hamburger? I asked you for $20. Like, oh, come on, man. You're standing outside of a Taco Bell and I'm giving you the taco and you're talking about you wanted the money. Come on now. But see, that's the thing. Did you feel guilty then? No, right? But you did feel guilty. Like, man, I did have a $5. I could have just given them $5. I could have did that. Then you probably should have given them the $5. And then that's why you're feeling guilty about it, because that's your heart telling you you messed up there.
yeah.
You messed up there. Next time we could do a little better. So no, guilt is, I'm not saying not to feel guilty. Guilt is a very valid emotion, just like shame. And I really want to say this for those people out there and people out here. This concept of not feeling shame or shameless, not necessarily the best, not the best way to live. Sometimes you should feel ashamed. Sometimes you should feel very ashamed by your actions. All right, any other questions? Yes.
My question is, why would you go into this chapter of you should feel ashamed about what you do and what you don't do?
Answered that in the beginning. I'll briefly tell you, because a lot of people don't feel shame and a lot of people don't feel guilt, and they should. Very should. There's a grouping of people. They were going around socking people and knocking out old people for fun and killing them, right? And they were filming it like idiots. So they were filming it, right? They were filming it, and then they were like, why am I going to jail? What? It was fun. No shame. That's why. Because as we live the life more on these phones, on the phone, meaning like social media and filming stuff, we're filming a whole lot of stuff that was designed to not be filmed.
Yeah.
You know, like everything is being filmed now. Like I must tell people where I'm eating now. Like I must tell them that I'm eating here. I must give them a blow-by-blow account of my life. Like I gotta tell, you know. And so yeah, so that's why, you know, at this point, I don't believe that Christians are doing enough to save people from going to hell.